Okay. February 12th, starting the week. Do we have news today? No, but it was a JPY holiday, so I didn't even look at GGA and all of the CNY holiday, but I don't trade any of that pair. No actual news in London, so let's start. So first, looking at GU on the 1 hour, price action has cleaned up a bit after consolidating ranging. We've cleaned up a little bit. We got some extra bias, so with a breaker structure to the upside here. So let's zones. We have a 1 hour demand down here that would mark down. I would mark out this. So scale out to the 4 hour. Nothing on the 4 hour. We have bearish break of structure down here. Broke these lows, but we've invalidated this 4 hour supply with this 4 hour candle right here, and we have gaps sitting above. So honestly, the 4 hour isn't showing as much. It could go either way, but the 1 hour is giving us a bullish bias. So if we scale into the 5 minute, so I came to the charts. Let me turn this down. So I came to the charts instantly. 5 minute demand right here. So came down, tap this, going with the trend. 200 EMA. Here we go. Going away from the 200 EMA. I don't put too much emphasis on it anyway. This setup did not have any 15-minute confluence. Nothing on the 15-minute. No 15-minute supplies here. So confident in taking this out. Let's wait for break of candle. Enter here. Stop loss here. Go for a 1-to-1. Instant stop loss. So price reversed on the breaker candle. Okay. So when we have a clean zone like this that's going with the trend, and price tends to reverse. When it reverses on the breaker candle instantly, one of two things could be happening. We could be looking for liquidity, so we have liquidity sitting under here, or we could be going through a DBC, what I call is the directional bias change. So as we're bullish, we have break of structures to the upside here. What could be happening is a straight reverse of the trend, and you'll notice that by the momentum. You'll know it once you see it enough. You'll understand it, and you'll be able to recognize the DBC. So we're still at a 1 hour supply. Ooh, this actually got filled in, so I wouldn't count this as this 1 hour supply is valid. So we've invalidated this. I'll slice through this zone, so I won't be using this anymore. Is this valid? So we had a 5-minute demand down here. Slice through that too. So you see the bearish momentum coming out of the market. We have swept liquidity, so we're going to see what happens. And then at this point, understand that we're changing our bias in the market. We're going for a flip, and generally, it's not the cleanest. We want lower lows and lower highs when taking supplies, but when it's just something where it's dropping, it's okay for me to take a supply. I'm confident in taking one of these supplies because of the momentum in the market. You have to be understanding where price actually wants to go. So things might not look the best, and they might not be laid out structurally as we want them, but you have to be able to understand and adapt to the market and understand when there's momentum in the market. So waiting on the market here. Here we go. So we have gaps up here, so we're high. You would be expecting a retracement, but when we drop like this, as long as it has a breaker structure for me, this is GU. So I'd be looking at this supply, but the one thing I don't like about this supply is the structure. It wicked. You see how it wicked there? And honestly, I don't trade retail patterns, but this looks like a W. This just doesn't look good. I'd honestly wait for something cleaner than this. We pulled back, and then we dropped, and this supply right here with a breaker structure here. So we lost on this. Here. We took a loss on this right here. Okay. So then we have this supply right here. Now we've swept liquidity under here, but we have a 1 hour demand hit sitting right under here that might want to be tapped. Honestly, I was feeling a little bit shaky about this setup because we're low. Price action isn't looking the best, but at the end of the day, we have a breaking structure. We have a gap attached to our zone, and we've grabbed buy side liquidity sitting up here, and we've obviously price has wanted to completely reverse the trend. So my process going into this, as in terms of confluences, like why it might want to keep going down, is what's the chance it grabs it, has a whole DBC, and then as soon as it takes here, it starts to reverse. Price, if it's going to reverse like that and it goes down, it will generally start to do it around 11:30, 12:30. You'll notice that. So we have a little bit of room to move down here. So what was going through my mindset is we have some room to move down before we start to fully reverse. It's 10:25 right now. We have this candle. So I was thinking, okay, this setup might just get invalidated. It might just slice through the zone before it gives me an entry confirmation. And then we had this candle, which I was confident in. Okay, if we can just break below here, we have a bearish engulfing. Okay, and this doji looks good. So we broke through here. I entered this, just targeted at 1-to-1. And then we hit take profit in about 53 seconds, I think it was. So on GU for the day, we're 1-to-1. I mean, 1 and 1. And then, like I said, we have some room to move down. And if price wants to reverse, it will generally tend to do it around early New York session. So that's what it's doing right now. It did want to tap the demand, the supply, and then it kind of moves around. It's more unlikely that it goes here and then comes up here. It will generally tend to, there's like a gray period here there where it always kinds to maybe be a bit stagnant and then do its own thing. It's not always, but it tends to happen. So let's look at Euro USD again. Coming onto the 1 hour, when I first saw, we have bullish price action. The 4 hour isn't showing as much. It's basically the same higher time frame as GU. I marked out these two demands right there. Instant slice through. So here's a clear DVC. We're clearly changing the directional bias. We have bearish momentum coming out of the market. Cut through this 1 hour demand. If we look on the 15-minute, we have a 15-minute demand right here. So I'd be looking for sales here. In this market, I'd be looking for sales. Now we had this right here, but I don't take DBC setups when we're coming off 50 minutes. So whenever we have DBC, I'm confident in taking them, but I always have to check the 50-minute. And if we're coming off a 15-minute demand, I can't do it. So I couldn't take this. But then we had this. And again, low setup, but the chances that we stop coming down exactly here is low. If when we eventually start to reverse, it will probably be somewhere around here. So I waited for break of candle, entered here, and again this hit take profit like within a minute. So that was me done for the day, and we kind of played around, and right now we are still dropping. So Euro USD did not want to reverse and fill in these gaps above right now. So that is Monday, 12th of February, daily breakdown. 2 and 1 for the day. Been a lot of fake outs, but coming out of drawdown slowly. February, the start of February has been really bad. January was bad too. It was literally a losing month. It was a 1% losing month. It would have been break even, but the first two setups that I took in January, I risked 0.5% because it was the first week. It was like February 4th. It was like January 4th or something. It was a Thursday. It was NFP week. It was on a Thursday. I caught two winning setups and I risked 0.5% on them. So yeah, that's the daily breakdown.